Hi, my name is Keston Glasgow, and I'm a real estate investor that over time became a high-performance coach. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about 3 books that can make you absolutely rich. These books have changed my life, and I know for a fact that they could change yours. So I know you might be asking, when do you get time to actually read these books? Stay tuned to the end, and I'll show you exactly how I read. So we're gonna be talking about the 4 maps of happy, successful people. And the main takeaway you get from this book is how to be clear, have anticipation for your day, how to set up your rituals, and accomplish everything that you want with tasks. This book encourages you to do actionable items every day. Every day it wants you to draw each section of this map so that you are clear on your goals, you have anticipation, you know exactly how to do your rituals, and to be task-oriented, to have you think about what you need to do in your day. This book is great for a 9-to-5er or even an entrepreneur. It really doesn't matter what stage of life you're in, this book could help you. So whether you're young or old, this book will help you to get clear and to help you achieve your goals. Super easy. And you don't need to be an artist. I'm no artist, but I still get it done every single day. So one of the actionable steps that you have to do is to actually draw each map. It starts out with the clarity map. And the clarity map talks about your why. And you have to get super specific with your whys. And as you go through that, and so you write down the 3 things that you really want. Things that I write every single day is that I want power, I want influence, and I want to hear from the Holy Spirit. So you would start writing down your whys and the things that you want to do. So let me start by sharing with you guys that there's a concept to this book that I absolutely love. The author talks about your current location and then where you want to go to your ideal life. So he represents that by actually drawing a life that you don't want, which is a sad face that's within a box. Then there's your ideal life that most people want to get to, which he represents by a smiley face. And then he talks about this house. Now, in this house, there are 4 things that everyone typically loves. They want time freedom, which he represents by a clock. They want love, which is represented by a heart. Financial freedom, got some dollar signs. And finally, good health. And I forgot to draw the door, so let's put the door in the house. Now, he also explains that to get from where you are today to go to your ideal lifestyle, most people want it to be the smooth ride, which is represented by that line. I really wish it was that easy. But here's what he also explains. As soon as you plan your day and there's so many things that you actually want to do, this is what happens. Everything starts to go wrong. And he represents that by whirlwinds. And so whirlwinds are the things that you didn't plan for and somebody calls you, there's a sudden emergency or something like that. It's anything that pulls you away from the task that you had for your day. Those are your whirlwinds. Now, how do you plan for your whirlwinds? You gotta make sure and understand the difference between what's important and what's urgent. And so he explains the difference between importance and urgence, and I recommend that you read the difference in the book. The next thing he actually shows is the way you actually get to your ideal life. And so you start off and you start the journey, but then something happens and most people's lives looks like that to their ideal life. Now let me explain all of the curves on this line. Right here, this is your learning curve. Now we already said to change your ideal life, you would need to learn something new. And when you learn something new, there's gonna be a learning curve. A lot of people do not respect their learning curve. When you know and understand that you have a learning curve, it gives you the grace to fall, fail, but then get back up. If you think about all the skills and the things that you're really good at right now, there's one day that you wasn't that good at it. So respect your learning curve, because this is what happens to the people that do not respect their learning curve. Now, this face represents someone who absolutely did not make it past their learning curve. When you fall off of your learning curve, your memory starts to remind you about every single time you started something new and quit. You do not want to have too many of those memories that reminds you of you being a failure. Now, this face represents someone that falls off of the learning curve. When you fall off of your learning curve, you're gonna be reminded of every single thing that you did not do when you had the potential to do it. So stay on that learning path, because once you go past that learning curve, there's another element of life that you need to understand. Hey, if you guys want me to break this book down in a lot more details, let me know in the comments and I'll do an entire video just on this book. So the title of this next book is Working with the Law by Raymond Howell. It's 11 Principles for Successful Living. This book is for anyone who really want to control their life. Here's my belief. Many people who have seen Spider-Man and they know Peter Parker. Peter Parker is this kid that goes in a science lab and he's bitten by a spider, which gives him powers. Now, when he leaves the lab, he had no idea about his powers. And so he was walking around and everything was sticking to him. He started crawling on the walls and he had no idea how to use his powers. But later on in the movie, he was our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that was defeating all of the villains. I honestly believe as humans, we're like Peter Parker at the beginning of the movie. We have so much power that we have no idea how to control, and we don't ever really get to that neighborhood Spider-Man sense. This book helps you to control powers that you don't even know that you have. One of the powers that you may not have any idea that you have, and it's chapter 2 in this book, is the law of thinking. Now I know, hold on, you're saying, Keston, but I think all the time, I do it every day. Yes, you do, but you may not know how to control it as well. Most people have uncontrolled thoughts, so they wonder how things really happen in their life. You pre-think everything, both good and bad. When you're hungry, you think about what you want to eat, and then it's manifested here in front of you. You got your food. There's also a lot of negative things that you think about, like a fight with your boss. Every day you may be going to work and you absolutely hate going to work. And so guess what? You manifested that. You thought about it and then it happened because you're not controlling your thoughts. Here's a challenge for you. If you think that you're gonna have an amazing day at work, I guarantee you, you're gonna have an amazing day. Start visualizing and thinking about your boss being your friend or complimenting you, and that's gonna start to happen to you because you control your thoughts. That's a law of thinking. Another one that you guys may have already heard of is the law of attraction. This book really helped me to understand what the law of attraction really is. So there's a quote in the book that says, "To desire is to expect is to achieve." Many people may wish for something, but they really don't expect it. That's like ordering food without expecting the waiter to actually bring the food. You may have a goal that you want, but you don't really expect it to happen. Then why would you get it? You may think that it's too big for you or whatever. Like, no, you gotta expect any desire that you have. Because once you desire it and you expect it, you will achieve it. Now I know I'm just scratching the surface with a lot of these topics right here, but if it is that you want me to go deeper into this book, which I would love to, comment below and let me know that you want me to go deeper into this book. Now the final book I'm gonna be talking about today, you know I could not leave out Rich Dad, Poor Dad. One of the major lessons Rich Dad, Poor Dad taught me was the difference between an employee, being self-employed, a business owner, and an investor. To the left side of the quadrant, these people trade time for money. So they have to show up and get paid. On the right side of the quadrant, money works for them. People works for them, they use leverage. When you start understanding leverage of being a business owner, you leverage other people to do the work. When you're an investor, you use your money to do the work for you to get a return on that investment. This was a major lesson and mindset shift that really helped me to put things in perspective. So there you have it, 3 books that really impacted my life to be a successful entrepreneur. If you're willing to change your mindset and paradigms about money, you could achieve the financial goals that you need to. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.